We're live. I love saying that. It's been a minute since I've been live here in this group. I was doing it last week, but it didn't even save. So now we're doing it again for you all. And yeah, so I'm going to wait a few seconds. I know there were quite a few people who really wanted to see this one. So let's go ahead and invite some people. Let's see here. All right, say hi as you come on. I'm just going to go through. Let's see who else. People. All right, I think that's good. All right. Oh, wow. Hi, everybody. My goodness, you all came on at one time. Okay, so yes. I think this is all working. Facebook has been really wonky today. I've used that word like 9 times in conversations regarding Facebook today. So we'll see how this goes. Just leave a comment so I can make sure that this part is working. So a little grayed out, but I think it's working. All right. If you commented and I haven't seen it, we know that that's not working. So what we want to talk about today is your groups. I've been getting a lot of questions. I have been going through the system with quite a few of you step by step. And once we get past the step of building your group, and then we really do that first big push together, then all of a sudden you guys are getting crickets again. So we need to work that out because we all start our groups and they're really awesome and everybody's really engaged. But then things kind of fall off. Like, what happened? So let's go back to the beginning, back to the basics. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that right off the bat that it's the right group. We want to know that there's alignment in there. If the people that are in your group aren't 100% aligned, you're going to have a hard time. You can have people in your group that are just your friends and they're to support you, and that's really important, especially in the beginning. Oh my goodness. But we also want to make sure that we're serving the people that we need to serve. So we want to talk about alignment and make sure that we are bringing people in for the right reasons and giving them what they were expecting when they joined. So yes, we all love to join groups and that's fun and oh, this could be really awesome. And they join and it's like, yeah, I got something nice out of it like 6 months ago and now nothing's happening. So that's something that we want to really take a look at as well. And we also want to make sure that we have the right elements in there as far as psychological and emotional elements happening in a way that's relatable and expected and comfortable and kind. And so we're going to really talk about what that culture looks like for you. All right, I'm still not seeing comments. I'm seeing you guys come in, but I'm not seeing comments. So that's frustrating. That is really frustrating, unless nobody's left a comment yet, which is very strange. You guys are feeling quiet today? I don't know. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. Okay, so what we want to start in the beginning, alignment. How are we finding people? How are people finding us? So first, if you have a new group, you're probably out finding people and saying, hey, this is available, it's great, come and get it, right? So where are we looking? We want to think about our niche right now, and we want to make sure our niche is really, really strong. It's the first step of my program. I don't even sign on a client until we've worked out this step. So let's really think about our niche. Is it too broad? Is that what's happening? Are we saying too specific of a thing to too broad of a group of people? That is going to hurt your engagement, and it's going to not be great for your growth either. So we want to think about that. What is your niche? Now, those of you who have been through the programs with me, or if you're in the Heartfelt program right now, you know my thoughts on this. A lot of people start out with, yeah, I want to help everyone, of course. Yeah, everybody can use what I have. That is fantastic. You have a powerful skill. You have a powerful superpower, something that everybody could use. Awesome. But not everybody's going to use it. So we need to figure out where to start, at least. And it's what I like to call the seed niche. We'll think of it as a seed that's going to grow. And the more healthy that seed is, and the more relevant that seed is to you personally, how you personally are aligned with it, the easier it is going to be for you to nurture it and then let it blossom. For example, when I started Heartfelt less than a year ago, I was very, very specific with my niche. It was home birth midwives. That was it. That's where I started. And there's like 900 of them. That's it. It's a very small niche, but within a month and a half, 2 months, it grew to this. So now I can have a broad niche. My broad niche is people who help people. It doesn't get much more broad than that. But I had to start with something that I was very aligned with. I had just had 2 home births. I was already giving advice to my midwife and the doulas around her and really making it work to the point where the Department of Health actually hired the team and I to actually do a PSA campaign for home birth midwives. And it grew from there. It just exploded naturally, organically. It was just, okay, this is happening. Now I'm helping health coaches. Now I'm helping life coaches. Now I'm helping healers. Now it's just like, if you help somebody, I'm here to help you. But it had to start somewhere. So I'm seeing that I have 6 comments and I don't see them. It says 6 comments. So yeah. Oh, they're here. Yay, they just showed up. Yay. Okay, hi everybody. Facebook. Ugh. Okay, good luck, Patty, with the dishes. Don't break anything. Okay, so once you saw about the niche, I'm so excited I can see the comments. Ask away, guys. Once you've figured out your niche, and if you haven't yet, if you feel like it's too broad, then let's work on it. Let's work on it in the group. Put your niche and say, this is who I want to help, and then we can all work together. If you're bashful, feel free to message me. You know where to find me. So we want to make sure our niche is very clear and very succinct. So if your niche at the moment is overwhelmed moms, no, that's not going to work. It might help a few overwhelmed mothers, but we want to go in, dial in so that we can really grow it. You can't grow something that's just kind of floundering around. We want something that we can really nurture. So find something else within that niche that you can dial in on. I know a couple of you are helping overwhelmed Christian mothers or overwhelmed homeschooling mothers or crunchy moms or something that is really going to help people to stand up and say, yeah, I'm aligned with that. That is me. And then we really want to grow with them and for them and around them and support them and do all of that. So it can just kind of grow organically. They'll invite their friends and they're like, well, she's not necessarily a homeschooling mom, but she is overwhelmed. Can you help her? And you're going to say, absolutely, absolutely, I can help your friend as well. So that is really, really important. Okay, hi Trish. Okay, wow. Okay, now I got it. The comments are all there. Yay! After we have really thought about our niche, we want to still keep talking about alignment. So once we have this niche, this super-powered niche, we want to make sure that we're going in the right places and in the right directions to actually align with these people and let them know that we're here. And the way that we do that is to resonate just a little bit above where they are so that they understand we're here, we have the solution, but we're not so out there that we're unattainable or lofty or just going to be full of ourselves, because we don't want that either. So we want to make sure that we're finding these people and resonating with them just where we need to, just a bit higher. We don't have to be Oprah in order to get that client, because most people won't hire Oprah. They're like, oh God, no. So we want to make sure that that alignment is there. And we do that by finding them where they are so that we can bring them to where they want or need to be. That is powerful. So when you have this niche, now we want to break it down even further. We want to make sure we're looking in other Facebook groups or on Instagram or LinkedIn or in our own boots on the ground communities. We can't forget how important real life is and how people need us out there too. So we want to make sure that we are really looking at it from a balanced point of view. And you guys all know how much I love talking about balance. So what we want to do is really understand that there are 2 sides to our niches, a masculine side and a feminine side to the way that we look at our niche. So the masculine side is the obvious, like, okay, yes, we'll stick with the overwhelmed moms. I work with moms who are overwhelmed and they happen to be cyclists. They like bicycling. Great, awesome, obvious. So what are we gonna initially do? We're gonna go find other groups that are aligned with that. Okay, if there's a bicycling moms group, I think we should join that one. Yes, but that's not it, because that's probably somebody else's domain as it is. And a lot of people think the competition is real. So they're not going to appreciate you coming in and saying, hey, I have insights, and they're gonna feel like you're coaching around them. And it's just, that's their own mindset, but they're just not gonna like it and it's not gonna work out well for you. Be there, yes, and be available, yes. But let's think about some other ideas, some other places that are going to be equally powerful for you on a different level though. So that's your feminine side of your niche. Go find groups that match other things about these people. Yes, they're moms and they like to bicycle, but what else? I mean, that's not their whole life, right? They don't stress all day long about how they're overwhelmed. That would be really overwhelming. But they're also not only bicycling. All they do all day is stress out and go biking. That's probably not what they're all about. They have other things. So they're probably interested in other things and in other groups that may be aligned with these as well. So let's think, if they're bicyclists and they're moms, they're probably really big into family, nurturing their kids, health, most likely, travel maybe, books, self-care, these sorts of things that they might be interested in. And you can find these out by looking into yourself first, because if we have a good seed niche, we're aligned with it, very, very aligned with it. So we kind of know. We know what's up. When I was working for birth workers, I was in groups for like women's rights, reproductive health, these sorts of things, community groups that were trying to get more exposure for the home birth culture and everything like that. I was there too, right alongside them, fighting the good fight with them and being available. And what you're going to do here then is you're actually going to become part of their lifestyle. You're just going to be there. You're going to be a part of it. And rather than saying, I've got a solution for this one specific problem, you're going to just be available in their life, in their lifestyle. And that's what more people are interested in, especially when it comes to getting help or improving yourself or transforming in one way or another. We're worried about our lifestyle. And so we're doing other things as well. We're not just sitting around stressing about how I need to transform. We're doing things with our lives as well. We're looking for opportunities, not just this one thing. So make sure that you're looking for these sorts of other places, other ideas that aren't necessarily pain points for you to go and fix for people, but for you to just be available around them. And then when you're in these groups, you can be like, oh, hey, fellow moms who love biking, awesome. But then you can go into all the other groups and you can be like, hey, fellow moms, who's stressing XYZ right now? What do we all want to do about it? And so many of them are going to come in and be like, oh, me too. And what's going to happen here is they're going to feel aligned with you. They're going to come into your group for busy, overwhelmed moms who ride bikes, but then there's going to be some who don't ride bikes. And this is how your niche will grow. Your alignment won't be so like thread thin. Your alignment is going to start wide for people, and you'll get more engagement because you have more now diversity in your group. And that's really, really important. If my group was all exactly the same people, if it was let's just say I had a group of 1,600 of you and you were all only Reiki healers, that's it, nothing else. Like, so what do we want to talk about? There wouldn't be a lot of diversity. There wouldn't be a lot of extra input. There wouldn't be other, as many different walks of life to really consider. Now I had, my group is everything from social media managers to mediums and everything in between. People who help people. And it grew organically because I respected my niche as individuals with other things that they're thinking about other than the problem that I'm solving. And that is really, really effective. And it keeps it fresh. It keeps it exciting. Everybody's meeting other people from different walks of life and different places on the planet. And you're all supporting each other and networking and making dear friends. There are so many great friendships that have been made right here in this group because I keep it diverse and I respect everybody's individuality outside of the problem I solve. And that's really, really helpful and enlightening for people. So that is the first step, alignment. We want to make sure we have the right niche, and we want to make sure we're finding them where they are and bringing them to where they need to be. So once we've done that, of course, we've grown the group a bit and really starting to grow the group with things like insightful questions. A lot of you have done this exercise with me about how to ask questions in other groups, so it's not pitchy or salesy, but explodes in your face. So you've got like 300 people to invite into your group. So if you're doing that, keep doing that. If it's not working or it has stopped working, touch base with me because we need to tweak some things and it's not going to be complicated. Give me 35 seconds with your questions and I'll fix that for you right away. I want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. Okay, wow. I thought mine was specific, but listening to you now, I'm not so sure. Okay, Beth, let's post in the group. Make your own post and say, all right, let's work on my niche here. Let's see what's happening here for you. Jacqueline. This is where I get hung up because I tend to feel limited or that I'm not serving because I'm not an expert in just one area. This is a very good topic, and I am going to go off topic just for a minute for Jacqueline, because what we want to realize here is you don't have to be an expert in just one area. I'm not. You know, I talk about marketing and all of that, but I'm a business strategist. I consider myself pretty much an expert in these sorts of things. But I like to talk about one main thing. I like to have that one thing that brings people in. My USP, I've gone back and forth between heartfelt marketing and heartfelt business. Heartfelt business is great. It's good. It's on my website and everything. But heartfelt marketing is what brings people in. It's the pain point within the business strategy that really just gets people just either wanting to cry or break something or quit or whatever, all these things that I don't want them to do. But that's that one thing. So Jacqueline, think of that one thing that is the most compelling of all that you do that's going to serve everything else that you do. If you are let's say, find something random, a pet groomer, you groom pets. That's what you do. You're an expert in everything from grooming chinchillas to lizards. I don't know. You do it all. But you know, you can't say, I'll groom your alligator for you. That's not going to be quite compelling. If somebody did have an alligator and they needed it groomed, good luck to you. But it's not going to happen very often. But if you live in a neighborhood where you know everybody has a dog, almost everybody has a dog, and they're the big fluffy kinds that are so cute but get hair everywhere. You're probably going to market your dog grooming, your small fluffy dog grooming, in order to get everybody else in. I hope that makes sense. All right, back on track again. Back to the groups and the questions that we have here. Hi, Daria. All right, you guys are so sweet. Aw. Okay, I think we're caught up. All right, gonna take a sip of water. One second. All right, so once we've gotten past that step, we've found our people, we know where they are, we're aligning with them, we're bringing them in. Awesome, group growth is exciting. I'm almost at 1,600, guys. Come on, we need like 4 people. Who do you got for me here? But once everybody's there, what do we do with them? I got anything you want, I guess, within reason, but there are some specific things that you want to do for them so that they feel compelled to stay, spread the word, and most importantly, engage. Kid on a skateboard. We want them to engage because engagement creates growth, and growth hopefully will perpetuate the engagement. So we want to do the first most important thing. Anybody who has ever worked with me or even had a brief chat with me knows, fill everything with gratitude first thing, always, every time. Every time. So when people join your group, definitely have a nice, lovely welcome message for everyone. I do it. I used to do it one by one, but then it's like 36 people and I don't have time. I think I need an extra VA for that. But we want to fill it with gratitude. So a lovely post, give them something. Don't be like, hey, thanks, tell me about yourself. Give them something that they can use. And normally, if you're using the Heartfelt system, you've already told them what that something's going to be. My boot camp, or this free thing, or this live that I did last week, or whatever it might be. Give them something. I gave you all my boot camp and my dozens of hours of free trainings that I have nicely organized for you. All right off the bat, the first thing I did, thank you so much for being here. I am so honored, and you know I love you all so much. And I give you, like I'm always giving, but the first thing I did was give. Didn't ask for anything, didn't pitch you anything, didn't say, hey, and then sign up for this because doors are closing or anything like that. Give, show your gratitude because these people are important. Whether they ever purchase anything from you ever, they are important. Because they're helping you grow, they're helping you flex your muscles, and they're showing their appreciation just by being there. So that is important. Number 2, never feel afraid to message your group members. They're in your group, they're your people. I know a lot of people get nervous because like, oh, in other groups they say don't message group members because that's not your group. That's not your people. They haven't said, hey, I'm aligned with you. They haven't done that. They join your group, they're like, hey, I'm aligned. And if they're sitting there, I'm aligned, and then you don't even acknowledge them personally, then they're going to be like, oh, maybe I'm not. Or wait, oh, yeah, I was aligned. I am. Oh, I forgot all about that alignment. Oh, wow. We don't want to let that happen. Show your gratitude. by also sending them a message. Thank you so much. Remind them of the free things that are available, the things that you want to give to them, and let them know that you are there for them. You are not just a talking head. All of you know that if you message me, I will get to you. If you need something from me, I will get to you. I don't care if you're an Academy member, you haven't done anything with me, or if you're a Heartfelt coach, you know I will help you. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, you can only speak to me during our weekly session. That's not going to happen. No. That's not how I work. I'm feeling really silly today. It's been a little while. But we want to make sure that they know that you are available, that you are real, that you are fully intending on helping them rather than just pitching to them until they get exhausted or give in and finally buy something from you. You are a real person, they are a real person, they have a real need, and you have real help for them. That is what we want them to know and feel, because that is the opposite of any other group that they're going to be joining, unless they're part of this one or one of your guys's. But they're not going to expect that. They're not going to see that coming. And also feel free to follow up with these people. I have you guys in a calendar. All right, I talked to, who is Susan. I did this one with her a couple of months ago. She was blown away. I had in my calendar that I'd spoken to Susan, and 3 months went by and I didn't hear from her. Like, hey, what's going on? Hey, Susan, how are you? How are things going? And I referenced the last thing that she asked for my help with. And she was like, how did you, what the hell? I was like, no, I have you in my calendar to touch base with you. If you haven't spoken to me yet, I need to reach out to you. And it takes me less than 10 seconds to do that. Copy, paste, put it in your calendar for 2 months out, wherever. I just kind of drop people where I feel intuitively to put them in my calendar. It took 10 minutes for me to reach out to her and say, hey, I'm still thinking about you. I am concerned. How are you doing? And amazing. Made her feel good. I supported her in a way that she completely wasn't understanding, like, oh my God, I'm so confused. And now things are clear and she's getting on the right path and she's doing heartfelt abilities, and it's exciting. So much growth from just one little reminder that I set for myself to follow up with people. And if you're using the trigger tracker and you've done that training with me, you know the importance of following up, because it's completely unexpected. Completely unexpected. It's one of the biggest rules of business is networking. And one of the biggest rules of networking is follow up with people. Let them know that it wasn't just I'm not just talking to you right now because it could be an opportunity. If it's not an opportunity for me right now, then, oh, wait, what was your name again? Oh, why did you matter to me? We don't want people to feel that way. We want people to understand that we understand them. And that is one of the biggest ways to create alignment. And so once we have alignment, initially they've gotten into our group and they're like, yeah, I feel aligned. You got to keep that resonance going. Every time you tune a pitching, you hit a tuning fork, it's eventually going to stop vibrating. So you gotta hit that thing again so that your resonance and your alignment keeps going. Really, really important. Show them your gratitude. Show them how much they matter to you, and let them know that you're available, because that's going to give them an opportunity to give gratitude back. And that is how we create engagement. When you give gratitude, they'll give it back, and they'll show it by engaging. And it's not something where they're gonna be like, oh, well, I appreciate that person, so I'm going to engage on that post that they just put up just because it's a nice thing to do. No, when people are filled with gratitude, they're filled with energy, kinetic energy that gets moving, gets people thinking and really just kind of reassessing things and how things really should be, because this is amazing. Why has it always been like this when this person is awesome? So they're gonna see your name and they're gonna just feel that energy. That tuning fork in them is going to go ding, and they're going to be like, yeah, oh, I love this person. I really want to talk about that with them. And they're going to engage with you much easier than if it was just like, okay, in this group, I know this person's face, and I know that they're selling this thing. That's not going to work very well for you. So we really want to always go back to gratitude. If you feel like things have gone quiet, go back to gratitude. Message people, just put a post up. Hey, I love you guys so much. How can I serve you? When you give gratitude and you give something on top of that, hey, I'm grateful for you. Here's something awesome for you. That's really just going to make everybody just kind of sit up and take an appropriate deep breath and move forward with you. And that's really, really important. And once you've done that, then we want to continue with making them feel amazing. Make them feel good about themselves. Let them understand that, yes, you're probably here to solve a problem, but just because you have this problem doesn't mean you suck. You're awesome. You guys are all amazing. You may be struggling a little bit with getting clients or growing or starting your business or figuring out what it is you want to do, But you're awesome people. You guys have so many superpowers. This group right here, like I feel like we're all a bunch of mutants and we could take over the world because we're going to, right? But we have to let everybody know that they're awesome. Just because you have a problem doesn't mean that you suck. All right, I have a couple. Yeah. Oh, hi, Susan. I was just talking about you. All right. So once we have really figured out, yes, we need to make people feel awesome. Okay, how do I do that? Especially virtually in a group where I'm not in there 24 hours a day. I know it looks like I'm in mine, but I'm definitely not. Maybe 2 or 3 hours every other day or so. But what we can do is really bring it out of them. One way to really make somebody feel really comfortable and really good in their skin is to let them tell us. Say, tell me what's awesome about you. And I do this often. I haven't done it very much lately. I haven't really been super active in this group because I'm on vacation. My coach is going to be really mad at me, but I'm on vacation, so I haven't been doing this very much, but I will be getting right back in there because now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go do that too. Walk my talk. But one thing that you see that I do often is I'll just ask you guys, what's awesome about you? What's the most epic thing you've ever done? Or what's the biggest thing that you did that scared the crap out of you, but you're so glad you did it? What's the bravest thing you've ever done? What's the most exciting place you've ever been? These kinds of questions, when you guys answer them, you fill me up because I'm getting to know you and I'm starting to see how strong you all are. Gives me gratitude that I can get back to you, but you're also sharing these stories with everybody else. And when you're answering these questions saying, you know what, I did this thing, it scared the pants off of me, I did it anyways, and look where I am now. And you're celebrating for yourself. And it's important. It's a part of self-love and self-care is to celebrate yourself. And when you give people in your groups an opportunity to love and celebrate themselves and celebrate each other and comment on each other, it's like, holy cow, that's amazing. Or, hey, I did that too. How'd it work out for you? Things like that helps people to understand that this is a community with a culture, not just a Facebook group where we can all sit around and complain about our one basic problem we all have together and hopefully feel better about ourselves. The idea is to help them feel good about themselves regardless of why they're there or what they're looking for. And maybe they're just having a bad day and you can make their day just by asking them, tell me something epic about yourself. I really want to know. I'm so excited to learn. And they're really going to love that. And they're going to open up. These posts alone get a lot of engagement, but it also just brings the energy up to a place where everybody feels this is a good place. Okay, I feel safe. I feel good about myself. I feel nurtured. And it's also a place for me to get some help for a specific problem that I have. So they're going to hang out more. They're going to see more of your posts and they're going to comment on more of your posts. And again, like I was talking about before, you're going to become a part of their lifestyle. A lot of you hang out in this group and you have friends and you talk about other things and all these other things are happening in this group besides, hey, here's some help on how to grow your business. You're talking about everything from self-care to parenting to relationships. It's all happening right here in this group. And I love that. When I'm looking for alignment, I'm looking for real people, not just a person with this one specific problem. Don't talk to me about anything else. That's not healthy for me because I would be bored. I'd be crying. But it's also not healthy for anybody else to be obsessive about one thing. So broaden. Let people talk about whatever they want to talk about. If they're struggling with something, that's fine. I have people who come in here and say, you know what, I have a really big problem right now and I need some help. Who can help me? And it's like, okay, where do you live? Okay, I have this place or I have this opportunity or you need to talk to this person. And it might not have anything to do with your business at all. Nothing. I've had people who lost their houses in the fires. I've had people who, lots of losing houses. People in the hurricanes and stuff like that. They're like, I need a place to put my baby's head. And we all come together and we make that happen. So let things like this happen in your group as well because it can be a resource. You aren't the resource. Your group is the resource. And that's really, really powerful. And again, that makes people feel good about themselves. Helping one another feels so good. I love helping you guys. It lights me up. It makes me giddy. Like today, I'm a little giddy. But it's really, really powerful to let other people help each other. Don't have a group where you are the only one allowed to speak because nobody will speak to you. They won't unless they are an absolute dire need or something like that. You're going to have a hard time. Let everybody have a voice and let everybody within reason talk about their lives and their lifestyles and what they're doing and get to know each other. It's not about you. It's about your community. And that is very, very powerfully important. And then finally, once we've covered these things, I hope you're writing this down, we want to, again, create a culture that not just solves a problem, but actually uplifts people by using all of the tools. Wrapping this all up, you want to use all of these tools that I just gave you to create a culture. And on a final note with what a culture should feel like, we want to think about our routines and our household and our actual communities and the cultures that we are all living in. One thing about a culture is that it definitely has some predictability to it. We know what to expect, when to expect, who to expect it from, that sort of thing. And that's your job to create. So you'll see, like in my group, I have certain things that happen often. At least once a week, I'll put up an engagement post. Hey, who needs some help on some engagement on something? I'm often giving you guys just gentle reminders. Do your homework. I'm looking. What's your USP? That sort of thing. Always making sure that you guys understand that I'm available. I'm always posting, hey, here I am, or this is what's happening. Making sure that you guys understand that this is a place that can be counted on. And the best way to show somebody that they can count on you is to give them some routine. Everybody loves it. Children, they really can't survive without it. At least mine can't. I haven't figured that one out yet. But we want to have a routine that creates a sense of culture and predictability and comfort and safety, and I know what to look for, and that way they know what they can expect from you. Because if people don't know what to expect, they're less likely to engage. And that is not fun. We don't want that. We want people engaging, because engagement creates growth. And growth is really, really powerful, because the fresher the voices and the fresher the faces, the more exciting people that come into your group, the more people are going to engage. So that's really powerful. Secret sauce, growth and engagement, growth and engagement. If you're having problems with either of these things, think about your alignment and your gratitude. Start there, your alignment and your gratitude. Really, really powerful. All right, we have some questions here. Oh, Susan. Okay, so Susan, how do you message 200 people in a group? There is not a trick. No. First of all, make sure that you're not messaging them all at once, because Facebook will think you're spamming them, not filling them with gratitude. Again, do not sell anything to anybody via Messenger unless they message you saying, hey, I would like to be your client. How do I do that? So we're not spamming them. We're just filling them with gratitude. And you got to be careful. Don't do too many at a time. I think Chandel was the one who told me you can do like 30 in an hour and then come back. Go away for a couple hours, come back and do another couple, and just keep going like that. And then as you keep going, just put yourself like, 30 to 50 people a day. And then you'll get through them within less than a week. Not a problem there. Oh, hi, June. I was just messaging with you. Okay, so those I think are all of the questions. And I want to leave this on an interesting note, something that I firmly believe in my business and use on a very regular basis is the idea of problems. A lot of people, especially those of us who are at all metaphysical, which I am, very spiritual, I do believe in manifesting and focusing on the solution, not the problem, and all of that. But when it comes to our communities, we are the community leader. Think of yourself as the mayor of your community, right? And your job is actually to obsess about the problem. And the problem isn't your group growth or your business or anything like that. It's what you're helping them to actually overcome. You need to be married to the problem. And I know it's a little backwards. A lot of people will say, no, don't focus on the problem. Don't focus on the problem. But what you want to do is give them the opportunity to not stress it so much, because they know that you are that resource. I am married to the idea of growing businesses. I am married to the problem that people have when it comes to growing their businesses and getting clients without being pitchy and salesy and exhausted and just inauthentic. That is my obsession. I am married to this problem. Don't tell my husband. But that's my job. And the fact that you know that about me means that you can come to me, because I am obsessive about solving this, and I'm very good at solving this for people on an individual basis and a collective basis. So the fact that that means that you can message me. You feel comfortable messaging me saying, I got this problem. Or, I'm at this point in the academy and it's not clicking. You know that I am married to the problem. And if that problem is, I don't understand, I am going to do something about that. I actually care about the problem as if it's a child. I want to nurture this problem because it's not going away. The problem is not going away. If you are a coach for people who, I have another one coming on, who has a chronic pain, right? You have to be married to that problem. Their chronic pain is not going to go away. It's not. But you can help them actually deal with it. So you are married to the problem of their chronic pain affecting their life, right? So you are their resource. They can now know that because you have it front of mind at all times, how do I help people actually not lose their minds because they have chronic pain? They can come to you because you're always on, you're always ready, you're here, you're ready to serve, and it's not just a switch that you turn off. You can't do that. You have to really understand that the problem is your solution, and back and forth. And the solution can also be a problem if you're not available, so you have to be available. I hope that made sense. It's a little backwards, but you really want to make sure that in your group, in your community, you always have your finger on the pulse of the problem, that everybody is there. Let them talk about anything that they want to in your group, not just the problem, but make sure that they all have that understanding that you are married to that problem. It is the reason that you have created this community, and it is the one thing that you all have in common that you can help them with. They may not be, they want to avoid this problem, they want to get rid of this problem, but you don't, because you care. Because if you don't think about it, then they're not going to get the help. So you can be the only one obsessing about the problem and just solve it for them. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'm running out of breath and I'm going to just go get some water, I think. I hope that was helpful. It was a little longer today than normal, but we had a lot of questions. I wanted to make sure I covered all of the different things that you guys have. So your homework for this week, let's just say for the, before the new year, let's really get these things going. If you are struggling with alignment, it's probably because of your niche. So let's work out those niches. Let's get them so that they're seeds that can grow and blossom. And then we want to really start working on engagement and ideas like that. So if you have issues, post in the group and I will answer everything for the benefit of everybody. And we will get these groups either growing or revved up or give them some life support or something, because this is really, really important and really, really powerful. If you don't have an excited and just emphatic group of people around you, it's going to be very hard and it's going to feel lonely and frustrating. And they're out there. You just have to give them a reason. And that's all. And that's fun. That's really fun, because all you have to do is make them feel good about themselves. How hard is that? Let's do this. And I am available. If you need me, message me. If you are in the university or the academy, this is all available, all extra trainings on all of these things for you. So if you need help finding them, let me know. If we're doing a Zoom session or anything like that and you want more help on this, just say, hey, you know what you talked about the other day? Can we talk about that today? And I will be happy to rearrange your whole program for you there, because this is very, very important. Okay? I will see you all again very soon. Have a great rest of your week.